In the book, how y'all doing? It's Jeremiah. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share with everybody on all your platforms. Do Reels, Facebook, all of that. In the book, Power vs. Force by David R. Hawkins, he explains they have a device that they can use to measure your energy levels. Like a nurse can check your temperature. They can check your energy level, and what they discovered is that every person at the same energy levels all had the same characteristics. So they gave each energy level a name. There are 17 different energy levels. From first one is called shame. Its energy level is 20. All the way to true enlightenment, which is 1,000 energy levels. And the only way you can get to true enlightenment is by letting go of old belief system and adopt a new way of thinking. One that is more loving, understanding, and less self-centered. And as you do these, unblock your chakras and also unblock all your petals within each chakra. The crown has 1,000 petals. This energy level is 1,000 petals. All your petals are open up. And as soon as you open all your petals up, you will notice it. Imagine a little hole in your brain, and when it opens up, you will eventually feel the oxygen, which will flow right through. And this energy is oxygen. Eventually, and go from runner's high to kundalini to the state of nirvana, which is true enlightenment. And I'm going to tell you how to unlock all 1,000 petals, starting from 1 level to 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8, which is infinity. Energy level 1 is at 20, and it's called shame, because everybody in that energy level is shameful. And I'm about to explain to you how to overcome shame. Overcoming shame means acknowledging it and sharing your feelings with trusted people. This requires a level of vulnerability that can be quite anxiety-inducing. If your wounds are deep enough, you will admit you might want to ask a coach or psychotherapist. To feel shame is to be human. It is emotion that most of us don't like to talk about. But as toxic shame derives its power from staying hidden, we can't let it fester in the shadows. To live our most authentic life, we must realize that we are good enough and fully deserving of love and acceptance. Become aware of how you talk to yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Everyone has flaws and make mistakes. Practice mindfulness. Recognize when you're feeling shame. Start to say positive affirmations, because words have power, and words are positive, some are negative. So keep saying positive words. According to the law of attraction, you will attract more positive energy. Vibrations are positive vibrations. Seek support if you're suicidal. All right, and after you do that, you will reach eventually. You will reach the level of guilt after you reach the next level of shame. It's called guilt. Its energy level is 30. But you have to overcome. How to overcome your guilt is you have to name your guilt. Explore the guilt, the source, apologize, make amends, learn from your past, practice gratitude, replace negative self-talk with affirmations. You are a good person. You are deserving to live. You will have to have enough self-will and compassion for yourself. Love yourself, forgive yourself, and talk to people that you trust. Talk with a therapist, and eventually you will overcome your guilt. Apathy is level 3. Its energy level is 50. Lack of interest, enthusiastic, or courage. To overcome apathy, you have to push yourself to get out and spend the time with friends, even if you don't feel like it. Do things you love to do. Whatever it is you love to do, I suggest you make a list. And just start doing them, right? Whether it be a music or art therapy class, try exercising every day. Break big tasks into small tasks, and as you accomplish the small task, award yourself. You will sense the feeling of accomplishing something. Get enough sleep. And then once you do that, you will eventually overcome all of that, and you will get to energy level 4, which is 75 is the energy level, and you might have a little grief. But first, you will have to accept some loneliness to overcome your grief. Loneliness is completely normal, but it is important not to get isolated. Choose good company. Be gentle with yourself. Get extra rest. Embrace all the emotions. Get a regular sleep schedule. Move your body. Talk to your doctor. Keep structure in your day. Set goals, small goals. Make a list daily. Actions, affirmations, confirmations. And most importantly, sometimes grief, you're going to have grief for a while. And the only thing that can heal grief is time. And to have to change your mind of thinking that you will overcome grief. All right. In the Bible, King David's son was sick. And he was about to die. So he was fasting and meditating. But then when he found out that his son was dead, he stopped fasting and meditating. Then the king's people asked him, "What's this? You were grieving while he was alive, but he's dead, and you're going around like he's not even dead." That's because King David acknowledged that he cannot bring that man back to life. So there's no more reason to be in grief. And everybody in everybody's family has someone that passed away. That person will be resurrected again. All right. Then you will overcome your grief once you acknowledge that, and you will overcome, and you will be, now you at the stage level of energy level 5, which energy level is 100. Right? And then you will fear. You have to overcome your fear to overcome this 5th level. But you have to break through your panic. Face your fears. Imagine the worst. Look at the evidence. Figure out what your fear is and then face it. Whether if you are you scared of worms, go play with some worms and face it. Scream, cry, and cry and all of that. Eventually, that's why they had a TV show called Fear Factor. You will face your fears and you will overcome your fears, whatever they are. And once you do that, then you will get to the next energy level. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Then you will get to your desires. You got to overcome your desires. Your energy levels are at 125, right? It's 5. It's called desire. The Buddha once claimed that desires create suffering on the surface. This seems to make sense. You feel pain when you don't get what you want. To overcome your pain, you have to end suffering. By accepting the fact that you don't have what you want, but you have enough desire to go and get what you want. And you know in your heart, eventually you're going to get what you want. So you no longer suffer, but you suffer in quietness and you go out there and you get what you need to get, whatever it is. You're suffering because you ain't got a wife. Maybe you need to work out and get because no girl with a banging body wants a guy with fat. She wants a guy with a nice body that's working in the gym. So if you're looking for a girl with a nice body, then maybe you need to go work out in the gym, get a nice body. Because girls, then you will be more noticeable, be more acceptable. You know what I'm saying? If we want a job, you want the good job, then go out there and get that good job. All right? Now, that brings you to the next energy level, which is energy level 6, which is 150, which is called anger. Anger is emotion. When you have strong feelings of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility, they are measurable because these people are miserable because they still don't have the desires that they want. But you have to start thinking that one day I am going to get all my desires that I want, because life is not over. There's still another chance. And in this anger, you got to overcome your anger. Just because you're having just because you're having a bad day, don't take your anger out on the next person. That's messed up. Don't do that. All right? Then you will overcome your anger and you will get to the next energy level, which is called pride, which is 175 energy level, which is energy level 8. Now you have to come over your pride. Beware, pride. While pride shows you sufficient value, yourself, and your accomplishments, it helps you work towards what you desire. It's dangerous in large quantities. Be open-minded. Listen, don't talk. Pride can be negative when someone has the feelings that they are superior to others. Pride can make one think about him or herself gains only all the time, while the results or positive pride is satisfaction and fulfillment. A negative sense of pride leads to arrogance, bad relationships among people. Identify the cause of your pride. How often do I admit I was wrong? Analyze and compare your pride in relationships. Do not compare yourself to others. No one is better than the next person. We are all one people. Pride, do not compare yourself to others with anyone else. This is usually the culprit of pride, so that you will not think too good about yourself. Avoid checking how you do by comparing your achievement and capabilities with other people. If someone dressed better than you in one area or another, then accept that truth. Do not reserve contentment against that person. Encompass those who are weaker than you. Admit your mistakes. Be humble enough. Be willing to apologize if you lose in the football game. Be humble enough to apologize. To accept that you lost. Don't be angry. Oh, you lost because you fouled me or whatever. You take your losses and know it, and you keep it moving. Everything else is considered pride. Get rid of that pride out your heart. All right. Now, after pride, you have what energy level 9, and it's called courage, and it's 200 energy level. Now, if you get over your courage, you have enough courage to get over your weaknesses. You have to get up off yourself and do it. Number 1, acknowledge your fear. And when you acknowledge your fear and you overcome all your fear, you have courage. That's courage. It takes courage to acknowledge your fear and face them. That's courage. No woman or man wants somebody who's not going to stand up for them and have courage. All right? That's why women go after the bad boys, because they know he's going to beat you up or fight for her at least. Every female should have a man, if they're married, that's willing to die for them. All right? Not trying to die for them, but if somebody try to break in your house, the man shouldn't be jumping out the window while the woman's in the basement down. He should be fighting that man because that's his wife. And you know what I'm saying? He's not going to be happy without her. Make being brave a habit. Make being brave a habit. Practice mindfulness. Find a mentor that's brave that can teach you. Work out. This is why you work out and exercise. So now you have no fear because you know that you're powerful because you're hitting the punching bag. And you know when you hit that punching bag, it hits. And you exercise. Maybe take a taekwondo lesson, some kung fu lessons. Now you know how to fight. All right? So now you got courage. After that is neutrality. It's number, I forgot. But anyhow, its energy level is 250. All right? When you're neutral, you're stagnant. You're negative. You're not negative and you're not positive. Means you have no willingness to do anything. You have to work up home, probably. You probably go to work and go right back home. You don't do anything. You just sit at home all day long. This is neutrality. You play video games. No. You don't go into clubs. You don't have a social life. This is the person it's a neutrality. You have to have the willingness to want to do something else about your life. The willingness to get up and do something, anything. All right? And then once you get past the willingness, then, let me see. Oh, snap. I'm reading the wrong paper. Dang. Willingness, you no longer stagnate. You're positive. And you're exercising, you're working, you're doing the things you like to do. And then now you get to acceptance, which is 350. Now you admit that you want more out of life and you want to see yourself at your best. But you accept your defaults and you got to get better at it. That's the only way you can do it. So this is where reason comes in. Your reason is energy level 400. Now as you're reasoning, then it says reasoning, then you know now you are not living a fulfilled life because you are not doing the things that you love to do, and this is why you are not happy with life. This is why you was angry in the past, because you're not happy with life. You're not happy in life because you used to be that most handsomest guy in the world. You used to be able to get any girl in the world. Then you started drinking, now your face is ugly. Now you're not happy in life no more. But, however, there's things you can do, whatever it is you need to do to get your face to look good again. I know, because I used to be the most handsome. No girl ever told me no. Now look at me. But now I'm doing the things I love to do. And I'm going to get money doing the things I love to do. And then I'm going to be happy. I'm happy. I'm content. But I'm not fully happy because I'm single. All right? Then eventually, you will get your energy level to 500, which is called love. And you have to start loving yourself. You have to have enough love to love yourself, to work, to exercise, to make, you have to have enough love to make yourself look better, feel better. You have to have enough love to go find a job doing the things you love. The best way to make money is whatever it is you love to do, you do that making money. And then it doesn't become a job because you're doing the things you already love to do. All right? Hold on. All right, now hold on. Then now, after that one. All right. Yeah, here you go. What was that? Love, joy. Now, after you do so much love, you get what's called joy. Now, love, let me do love real quick. There's so many things. Joy. So joy is 540, right? So now this energy level is 540. This is why you got joy in your life, because you've been doing the things you love to do. But to get past joy, now you have joy in your life because you are doing the things, whatever it is you love to do. And you have feelings of great pleasure and happiness. Let nobody take your joy away, because it doesn't matter what anybody say or do. Don't let them take your joy away. If you're with a person who's taking your joy away, that's toxic. Get away from them. You know what I'm saying? If every time you go around your sister, your aunt, your brother, your cousin, they're saying negative stuff that's not positive, get away from anything that's negative. Get away from it. They're called energy vampires. They're draining your energy. This is why when you leave from them, you don't have your joy no more. If I'm not going to be around you if you're not happy. I'm happy. And I'm broke, poor. I'm still happy because I'm doing the things I love to do. But eventually I'm going to start making money. And I'm preaching the word to how to live a better life. Now the next thing is, after joy, is called peace. Right? After you have enough peace in your life, because you have joy and you have peace now, you got rid of all the toxic people in your life. Now you have what is called true inner peace. Get rid of all the toxic people, whether it be your family member, an ex-boyfriend, ex-cousin, whatever it is, your best friend. Sometimes you gotta get rid of people out your life because you need peace in your life. All right. Once you get enough peace in your life, sometimes you might have to make amends with people. Sometimes you have to disagree to agree and say, listen, I don't want no problems with you. I used to gangbang. I used to be Crip when I was in prison, right? In New York. And there ain't no Crips in New York prison. So I was just gangbanging. All right. At the time, this was 20 years ago. So eventually I became a man of God, and I was like, well, I can't continue to be gangbanging if I want true peace. Because now every time I go outside, I'm having to get in a fight. So I stopped gangbanging because I wanted true peace with all my enemies. It says in the Bible, when a man ways pleases God, he even have true peace with all his enemies. And if anything I've done to anybody, I pray that you forgive me and I forgive you as well. And then after peace, you have true peace was what? Oh, peace was 600. Now you get the true enlightenment. True enlightenment, where is it at? Oh, it's down here. True enlightenment energy level starts at 700 and it goes all the way to 1,000. All right. Now, I'm almost done, Mom, because I know you want to play your thing. Hold on, I'm almost done. Now, you know you are God conscious. Because as you climb all these ladders up, these energy levels up, you start getting up these energy levels, your psychic abilities start going up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to break it down in a second. Now you are God conscious. And the fully God consciousness is to have unconditional love for everyone. All holy books say, love your brother as yourself. So you're not going to harm your brother. You're not going to harm yourself. You can't have true unconditional love if you're racist. It's a fact. You can't have true love if you're racist or biased, or you think your religion is better than the next man's religion, or you think you're from this country, I'm from this country, I'm better than you. Nobody's better than nobody. We all have the same, come from the same source. All right? You have true unconditional love when you treat your pets just like you want happiness and peace for yourself. You want happiness and peace for your pet. You want to make sure your pet is good. You're going to feed it. You're going to clothe it. You're going to make sure you don't, if you take your dog or your cat and you neuter it, that's bad. Unless the dog has complications that he can't do it, that's selfish. Because you know in your heart that you want to have sex. All right? Let's be real with it. Why you got two girl dogs, but you don't let the two girl dogs go chill with the other two dude dogs? This is why when you leave your house, your dogs is biting up your house. They tearing the house up when you leave the house. Them niggas is mad. That nigga wants some pussy. Straight like that. He wants to have sex. Sorry, Mom. Forgive me. Sorry. In the wildlife, all animals are the same. When you have a horse, when the male horse is in the den, in the circle with all the female horses, you cannot take him out that den. You're going to have to kill him to get out of there. This is how serious it is for him. When the baby has the rabbit, if the female has to leave to get away from the male rabbit, because if she doesn't, once she starts having the baby, she stops having sex, and the male rabbit will kill the babies, and then the female will have sex with him again. This is why all animals in the jungle get away from their husbands or their spouse once they had a baby, because they know that this is how important sex is to them. All right. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. It says, "Let us make man in God's image." Only we can do that. Only way we can do that is by bringing us all together. All right? And everybody is going to help each other. To be in God's image is to have unconditional love for everyone, not just your race, not just your religion. All right? And then racism will exist. Eventually, when we get this news out, I don't care if you're a judge, you're a police officer, you're a politician, you will have to have an energy level of 1,000. And when you have an energy level, and once we do this, then there will be peace on earth for 1,000 years. All right? And once you get to 1,000, don't start judging people, because I did that too. I should see people and I judge them. No. When you see a person that's at a lower level than you, it's your job and your duty to raise that person up. You look at that person and say, oh, I can tell which level he's at or what level she's at. And now I'm going to bring her or him up. And as we continue to bring her and him up and bring everybody up, then they will get to unconditional love, and will ultimately have love and peace on this earth. Now, as you continue to climb these 17 levels of consciousness, you will start to have psychic abilities. For instance, I already met 10 people that's in the same stage of anger or grief, and I know exactly what they're doing any given time, right? It's the same person, but the same person, but a different person. So I already know the outcome of this situation already. So that makes me psychic, right? So now I see the same two people having the same argument, but it's not the same two people. They're two different people. But they're having the same argument, right? Oh, you know the outcome of this. So that makes me a foreseer. That means I'm going to see what's going to happen in the future. You use the algorithm for everything, and you say, what's going to happen between this in the middle of the situation? And it's out of 1 to 7 things is going to happen. That's the algorithm. out of every situation. It's one of the 7 things that happen. Once you start recognizing that, then you will be a foreseer. You'll be able to see. You will just know. You just know without knowing. You'll know what's going to happen. That's being psychic. And as you continue to release these levels of energy, levels of consciousness, you will understand. Now, once we got past that, now you're God conscious, right? Because you got powers now. And now you know you got powers, and you know you can use these powers. You could be like Moses. In the Bible, God told Moses, speak to the rock. Tell the rock to turn into water. That's magic. That's power. In the Bible, it says Moses held as long as Moses held his hands in the air, the waters of the Red Sea stood up. And when Moses got tired, he had to have somebody on the left hand hold his left arm up. When he got tired, somebody had to ride his right arm up. As long as they held his arms up, the Red Sea stayed separated. That's how powerful Moses was. Now I'm going to break something else down to y'all too, right? We're going to talk about gold. Okay, remember the Anunnaki? The Anunnaki took the gold and then left. The Anunnaki were fallen angels. They took the gold and left because they knew the flood was coming. But with gold, you can live for 1,000 years. This is why you need gold. All right? If you take gold powder, 100% gold powder, and you put it into the dirt, and then you mix it with the dirt, you put a plant in the dirt, it's going to absorb the gold powder. And then now you're going to start to anti-aging. Now you're going to get, you want to get 33% gold in your body. And then you do the Kundalini exercises, and the spinal fluid is going to sit up to your brain, and these neurons are going to connect like it never connected before, and you're able to speak things into existence and move things into. This is how Jesus could do things, and he was a human, and he could do all these things because he had gold. This is why Elijah could do it. It's because he had gold. This is why Moses' face shined like an angel's, because he had gold. All right. So now I'm going to tell you this. I fasted 40 days and 40 nights. And when I fasted 40 days and 40 nights, the Holy Spirit of truth guided me into all truth. And now this happened 10 years ago. And so now I've been searching for scientific proof of ways to bring peace on earth. And what I did is I studied 3 million religions on this planet, all of them. And so I want you to go watch that video. What it is about the universal truths. The universal truths, once we acknowledge, every religion is missing one universal truth. Once every religion accepts the fact that they're missing one universal truth, then we will all come together and have peace on earth. So go watch my video. It's called How We Will Have Peace on Earth. Like, subscribe. Yo, if you watch this whole video, you didn't like and subscribe, you crazy, man. Like, subscribe, share this video with everybody you know so we can have peace on earth, so we can get this gold.